The first god Ozaru, Planet of Destruction. This story takes place at the same time when Beerus had just become a god of destruction. Several powerful warriors came to challenge Beerus for the position of destroyer. Whis introduces himself to Beerus and says, "From now on, I will accompany you on your journey, Mr. Beerus. You are the new god of destruction of this universe, and you will certainly get stronger as you continue your journey. As your race lives a little longer, I am sure you will achieve incredible results, and each time you will surprise all the gods even more." Beerus looks and says,
No one will be more powerful than me. I am the strongest being in existence.
Days and days passed, and in primitive times, Beerus had done the eradication of dinosaurs. After the eradication of the entire race, Beerus went straight to another primate planet. On that planet, there were several beings that resembled primitive apes. Beerus looks at Whis and says,
There are very weak beings in that place. No one is even worthy of fighting me.
Whis starts to laugh and says, "If I were you, I wouldn't count on it so much, Mr. Beerus." At that moment, a mysterious humanoid being appears sitting on one of the rocks of that planet. With a serious look, Beerus says,
Do you know how to speak?
At that moment, a giant pressure of energy appears on Beerus that for the first time, the god of destruction is afraid. Whis just watches. The primate being with the tail looks at Beerus and says, "You are invading my territory, and yet you have the audacity to say what I have to do in my territory?" Beerus responds,
How dare you talk to me like that? You know who I am? I am this universe's new god of destruction, and that alone. And for that alone, I will destroy your planet, you insolent bastard!
The primate being already appearing to be a certain age looks and speaks.
I smell fighting. I feel the urge to protect my people. This is getting interesting.
The primate being raises its power even more and advances directly to attack Beerus. At high speed, the god of destruction is thrown away. Beerus says,
How did he do it?
"Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball." Without further ado, let's get started. Beerus, the god of destruction, for the first time felt a fight excitement. For a long time, Beerus destroyed several universes without finding a powerful opponent. But everything had changed after he found the primate being. Beerus says,
I don't know how you were able to hit me, but now it will be the end of you.
The moment Beerus tries to hit the primate being with great dexterity begins to dodge all Beerus' attack. It seems that it could predict every attack that Beerus tried to give. Beerus says,
Impossible. You're strong.
At that moment, Whis starts watching and says, "This fighting style, primate form, tail, in a humanoid way. But at the same time, knowing how to fight, I already heard the tale of this race once. Even so, it seems to possess the technique of mastery of Ultra Instinct. Or perhaps it is not a technique at all. He really may be showing a totally different power or just fighting for his primate instincts. Just by looking at Mr. Beerus, I can see he's getting more and more excited about the fight." Beerus increased his powers more and more. At that moment, Beerus says,
Let's fight. It's very interesting. But I have no more time to waste with you.
Beerus increases his powers exponentially and manages to deliver an incredible blow to the primate warrior. The primate warrior says,
You're making me happy. I haven't fought a being as powerful as you for a long time. His strength is really impressive. I will show my secret technique to you.
The primate being looks at the moon and at that moment transforms into a giant ape. Beerus looks and speaks.
What an interesting transformation. This guy has more tricks than I ever imagined.
Whis continues to watch and says, "Oh, it seems that he changed his fighting style. Now he's a gigantic and even more of his size. With this transformation, he can still feel the movements of Mr. Beerus. Wait, I know where I know this style of fighting. It's the legend of Ozaru, the race of beings that managed to transform themselves into giant apes and dominate several planets. That's why this warrior is able to fight on equal terms with the god of destruction.
That battle lasted for more than 10 days straight. In the end, Beerus and the primate being were tired of fighting. Those who at first wanted to end each other's race, over time created a bond of friendship, and whenever they could, they fought battles. Beerus says, "Hey warrior, what's your name?" The primate being responds, "Now that you ask me, I am the god Ozaru Yamoshi." Startled, Beerus speaks, "What? Are you a god?" Yamoshi answers, "Exactly. But I've lived too much. My life is coming to an end. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. The gift of life is to live every moment intensely, to go through the best experiences. With that, I am sure that every moment I can be remembered by all those who saw my trajectory, my journey." Beerus responds angrily, "Well, you are an idiot and you can't decide when you are going to leave this world. I will still fight you many more times, as long as I want. You are the only warrior that made me reach the limit of my battle potential." Yamoshi answers, "That's awesome, Beerus, but you don't need to care about that. No worries. My race of primates will evolve. With the passage of time, many powerful warriors will emerge. I'm sure that one day, you will find a warrior who will reincarnate his spirit in me. It will be at that moment that you will fight incredible battles again, since your race lives much longer than all others. This was the gift chosen for you." Yamoshi dies, departing from this world. Beerus cries to see his friends farewell. Whis looks on Smiley and says, "It seems that Mr. Beerus has finally bonded with a mortal. I hope Yamoshi's words are true. And one day, you will meet them." Millennia after the events of Yamoshi, Planet of Destruction, Goku and Vegeta trained with Whis, and Beerus just watched his training lying down. Beerus says, "It seems like yesterday we trained, isn't it, old man? After that day, I never met a being who had tremendous powers like him. The legendary God Ozaru Yamoshi. Seeing these two fight in front of me, I seem to feel like I'm getting closer and closer to fighting the Saiyan of my dreams. In thinking that their race would evolve so much and become an extremely powerful and technological race, those primates of the past, becoming the Saiyan warrior race, incredible power was shown." Wait, did you believe that these kids that evolve more and more can become even more powerful? Old man, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm going to get stronger and stronger, and I won't let any of my Saiyan overcome me. Beerus begins to raise his ki even higher. Goku and Vegeta stop their training and are surprised by the strength of the God of Destruction. Goku says, "Huh, how incredible the power of Mr. Beerus, isn't it?" Vegeta says, It seems that we're going a long way from reaching it one day." Whis says, "For him to be like that? Surely he must have remembered something, or rather someone very specific." "It was the first God Ozaru." Vegeta says, "What? Wasn't that just a legend?" Goku speaks, "What is it, Mr. Whis?" Whis, full of laughter, and speaks, "It's a long story, boys. One day I'll tell you for sure." Golden Frieza is impressed by the strength of the young boy Lucy. Golden Frieza says, "How is this possible? This insolent one had no power up until now. How did he manage to get so powerful like this? You have to be kidding me, you brat." Lucy starts to laugh. You, such an inferior being. Thank you. Think you will be able to do something against me? I will never lose to someone like you. But you seem to be quite strong. The Emperor of the Universe, isn't it? It would be perfect for you to be part of my army. Lucy is shown to have an entirely different personality. Goku starts watching and speaks. What's going on? Lucy is totally different from the boy I saved at the beginning of the tournament qualifiers. Cauliflower watches and speaks. This boy is very strange. His ki does not seem like normal ki. I've never heard of this warrior in all universes. He's saying that he came from a totally different planet and he needs to help his village. It makes no sense. At that moment, Bakuda starts to analyze and says, I see. It was all a trap. Goku is startled and says, what are you talking about? Bakuda says, Lucy's just a fake name. This ki, this energy, and this overwhelming tone. He's actually the fallen angel, Lucifer. Goku, Cauliflower, and everyone else gets scared and says, What? Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's get started. The moment Bakuda says that Lucy is actually the Emperor of the Demon Realm, young Lucy, he starts laughing at Frieza and speaks. It seems that you really discovered me. At that moment, that appearance of a young boy begins to change, and a man with silver hair and suit appears in front of Frieza. Frieza gets serious. Lucifer looks at Frieza and says, Ready to be destroyed, Emperor of the Universe? If you are the Emperor of the Universe, I am the King of Hell! At that moment, Frieza deactivates his golden form, closes his eyes, and Frieza changes its features and starts to smile. Frieza starts to laugh. It seems that now things are going to be much more interesting. I, the great Frieza, am the step away from eliminating the first celestial being. Or rather, an infernal one. Frieza fearlessly advances directly and attacks Lucifer. Lucifer, with a totally different style from all martial arts fighters, dodges Frieza's blows. Goku starts watching and speaks. This fighting style is totally different from any I've seen. He dodges like he's using Ultra Instinct, but it's still in a totally different way. Bakuda says, Well, Mr. Kakarot, maybe you're a little confused. Lucifer was once an angel too. So the skills he's showing right now are the same as the angels. But at the same time, with a demon one. So his Ultra Instinct will be different. Maybe we could call it the mastery of demon instinct. Cauliflower speaks. This guy gives me the creeps. Ares, the god of war, begins to observe and speaks.
It means that this wretch also wants possession of the Super Dragon Balls. It's not enough to have his own kingdom, cunning as always. He entered this tournament like a child to be able to gain everyone's trust, and thus want to manipulate everyone. But it was discovered. None of that surprises me coming from you, Lucifer! Now the question is, what is your point fighting these mortals? What is your wish? At your level, you could just attack King Sadala. I'm surprised you even accepted these rules in the first place. What are you up to?
Frieza looks at Lucifer and says, You think you're so powerful, don't you? know that the worst await for you, you insolent moron insect! Lucifer answers, You are too serious. You're too weak. That golden form of yours seems to be much more powerful than the form you're showing right now. I'm tired of fighting you with just spells. Now get ready for melee attacks. Lucifer runs in front of Frieza. Frieza says, What? Impossible! What speed is that? At that moment, everyone was amazed to see that the fallen angel was moving at the speed of light. The entire audience could barely see the blows of that Lucifer was throwing at Frieza. Frieza received several blows that were launched quickly by Lucifer. Frieza says, Damn it! These movements are exactly reminding me of that guy from the Tournament of Power! Frieza starts remembering his fight against Toppo. No matter how many blows I try to land, he always seemed to be one step ahead of me. That was the power of a god of destruction. It seems that no matter how strong I get, someone is always above me. Those miserable Saiyans are not enough since the day I met you, Son Goku. I started to be humiliated by several warriors. That is something I will never forgive! I am the great Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe! Lucifer looks and speaks. You keep saying that! What a weak Emperor! You're already all beat up, and you couldn't even lay a finger on me! But that doesn't matter now. I'm going to finish you! At that moment, Lucifer walks to Frieza, who was kneeling in front of him. Lucifer says, Farewell, Emperor of the Universe. This is your end. Frieza kneels down and starts smiling and says, Fatal explosion! Goku looks and speaks. That was Frieza's trap! Just like he did on Earth that time! Caulifla says, He did on Earth? What are you talking about, old man? Goku responds, The last time I fought Frieza, he had learned his golden form. In fact, I let my guard down because Frieza was very cunning. This made him give me a fatal blow that at the time left me completely finished. If it weren't for the sensu beans Krillin gave me, I wouldn't be here. Vegeta already had a completely different temperament from mine, and ended up getting a real beating on Frieza. Frieza didn't have control of all his powers, and he trained for a very short time until he mastered his golden form. When he saw that he wasn't going to be able to beat Vegeta, he simply destroyed the Earth. Caulifla says, What? Are you saying he's going to want to destroy planet Sadala? At that moment, the tournament classifier says, It seems that contestant Frieza wants to wreak havoc and wipe us all out! At that moment, Lucifer says, You bastard! I won't let you do this! This universe will still be mine! I can't let you take it away! At that moment, Frieza changes his face and says, Just kidding. Frieza does not explode the planet and lands a straight punch in Lucifer's jaw, making the Demon King be thrown away. Frieza starts laughing and says, I thought you said I didn't even touch you. Lucifer makes a serious face. Ares begins to observe and speaks.
Who is this mortal who dares to defy a god?
Frieza says, I don't care about what kind of god or demon you are, because soon I will be the new god of destruction, the Great Frieza! In order to get stronger, I started training in another dimension, where I was linked between heaven and hell, the empty dimension, making me become the most powerful being in this universe. I present to you the form that will destroy you. You will see for the first and last time in your life. am the Black Frieza! Lucifer gets furious. Everyone is startled. The turnaround in battle has begun. Who will emerge victorious? Black Frieza. After all the events of the Tournament of Power and all the humiliation that Frieza suffered in his fight against Toppo, the Emperor of the Universe 7 realized that he needed to get stronger. Goku and Vegeta's power level were already much higher, and the only thing that Frieza would ever accept would be to fall behind those warriors who once were the race that only served him. Coming from this thought, Frieza started to train and get stronger, until the moment he decided to carry out his training in the empty dimension, where his dimension was outside any universe. It was a parallel place between the existence of good and evil, of heaven and hell. Frieza trained with a single goal: to be more powerful than the gods. Frieza has always been considered a prodigy among all. Since he was a child, his powers were extraordinarily high. For this reason, Frieza managed to conquer several planets alongside his father and his soldiers, making several races to be enslaved by himself. In this way, Frieza was gaining fame and became Emperor of the Universe. Frieza had never trained because he believed himself to be the most powerful being in all existence, until the day Frieza heard about the legend of a warrior race that turned into giant apes called Ozarus, which in legend said that a legendary warrior would be the most powerful being in all universes, thus surpassing the Emperor of the Universe. Frieza feared this warrior. Upon discovering the Saiyan race, Frieza decided to enslave it so that he could become the most powerful being of all, and any Saiyan who saw it as a threat would be eradicated. Until the moment when the Emperor of the Universe completely destroys this Saiyan race, not knowing that a warrior of this race has survived. These two warriors were destined to fight for all time. Frieza is defeated for the first time when he meets Son Goku, and is faced with Super Saiyan. Shortly after, Frieza is defeated by Trunks, killed by Trunks, Vegeta's son, who comes from the future to warn about the androids. Since then, Frieza is reborn and sees that he needed to get stronger and reaches his golden form. Due to his excitements and anxiety to defeat all the Z-Warriors, Frieza lost control of his form, which caused him to be defeated by Goku and his friends once again. For the last time, Frieza comes back to life, being resurrected by Whis, and this time gives up the plan to attack all Saiyans. Frieza decides to live his life in a different way, seeking more power and controlling his own universes. Frieza then decides to do his training indefinitely in the empty dimension. Frieza grows stronger as his training goes on until he reaches a transformation with the unknown powers, capable of defeating even Goku with his Ultra Instinct and Vegeta in his Ultra Ego. And right now, Frieza, Black Frieza, is face to face fighting in the Tournament of Destruction against the King of the Demon World, Lucifer. Frieza says, "This will be your end, Demon King!" Goku watches and says, "I knew that wretch Frieza got lots stronger. That transformation still has powers that are totally beyond my comprehension." Caulifla begins to think, what is this old man talking about? Even with all these powers, he is still thoughtful about this transformation that Frieza is showing. Goku says, "It's just that after we fought the most powerful warrior in the universe, Frieza easily defeated me and Vegeta in our strongest stages." Caulifla says, "What?" Lucifer says, "You talk too much, you insolent. Take on full my ultimate attack, Redemption of all Angels!" Frieza sees a great dark energy being released over his body. "Oh, what's this?" Lucifer says, "No one was ever able to withstand this blow of mine. That will be your end, Emperor of the Universe." The tournament classifier says, "It looks like Frieza is cornered, having taken a big hit from Lucifer." Apparently, Lucifer is not kidding. I think we already have a winner. At that moment, Black Frieza says, "I'm just kidding. This doesn't hurt me at all. I confess that I expected much more from what he claims to be the most powerful being in the underworld." "Now feel! Behold the power of the great Frieza!" Everyone is shocked by what they see. Black Frieza gets his eyes red.
and in an insane attack, advances directly in front of Lucifer and starts hitting several punches in his body. Lucifer cannot understand how Black Frieza's speed and powers had increased so much. Lucifer says,
This can only be a joke! How is this mortal managing to raise his power so much? This is completely beyond my comprehension! Who are you anyway? It's not possible! That body, that hairless skin, that countenance. You are from the cold race! You!
Goku watches and speaks. Cold race? What does he mean? Bakura says, oh, now it makes sense. The cold demon race. They were a race created to the ice hell itself. They were the race that suffered the most for being the ice hell because their bodies did not have hair. Several beings of this race over time were being killed, but as time went by, things changed. Because each generation that was born ended up being born stronger, and this made them more and more powerful. Until the moment came when their bodies resisted the great cold, then absolute zero itself. Their stamina, agility, and strength were also increasing exponentially. In short, the cold demon race are worse than the demons themselves. Goku is scared. And with that, Lucifer advances to bind Black Frieza, and Black Frieza laughing says,
This is too easy. I'm already tired of everything. Behold, the power of the Great Frieza! Mortal Sphere!
Note, Frieza's Mortal Sphere attack is the same attack he used to completely destroy the planet of the Saiyans. Everyone in the audience is shocked. Ares is furious. Goku gets serious and says,
He really pushed his limits.
Frieza laughing says,
No matter who my opponent is, soon Black Frieza will become the new god of destruction!
The classifier screams,
The winner is Black Frieza!
Everyone screams,
Yeah! Come on, that's Frieza for you! He's amazing! He's stronger than a god! Frieza! 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 Frieza!
Frieza says,
These insolent ones, shout and behold my name!
Time passes. Bakura says, Mr. Goku, looks like it's your turn to fight now. Classifier says,
Let's go to the next fight! Ares, the god of war, against the mysterious Saiyan Kakarot!
Goku says,
I'm very excited for this battle. Now I'm going to show all my powers.
Ares says,
I hope you are prepared, because I'm going to finish you off in the blink of an eye, you bastard. I won't be reckless like Lucifer. I'll end everything right from the start.
Goku prepares to fight. Caulifla speaks.
Go, old man! I'm counting on you! If you lose, I will never forgive you!
Bakura says, Ares' power are totally unknown. Be careful, Mr. Goku. Any slip can make the end near. Goku says, I came prepared to get stronger and stronger. No matter what level these gods are, I will finish them off one by one until such time as I am elected to be the strongest. After all, I am Goku, the God Killer.